Have you ever felt like your brain is a filing cabinet? You spend hours in class, stuffing it full of facts, dates, and formulas. The bell rings, the test happens, and you pull out the exact information you were told to remember. This is often called rote memorization. It's like walking down a single straight road. You know where it starts and where it ends, but you never get to see the amazing scenery just off the path. This way of learning has been around for a very long time, but our world is changing faster than ever. Just knowing the facts isn't always enough to solve the really big problems, messy problems, interesting problems. Think about it. Following a recipe step by step will get you a cake. That's useful. But what happens when you're missing an ingredient? The recipe doesn't tell you what to do then. This is vertical thinking, digging one hole deeper and deeper. But what if the treasure isn't in that hole at all? What if you need to dig somewhere else entirely? That's where the old way of learning can leave you feeling stuck, holding a shovel in an empty hole. The problem with only learning in this straight line is that it doesn't always prepare you for the real world. Real-world problems are rarely multiple-choice questions. They are complex, they are confusing, and they often have more than one solution, or sometimes no perfect solution at all. Relying only on memorization is like trying to build a spaceship with only a hammer. A hammer is a great tool, but you're going to need a lot more in your toolbox to reach the stars. We need to learn how to think, not just what to think. We need a way to generate new ideas, to look at challenges from weird and wonderful angles. So, what is this amazing new tool? It's called lateral thinking. That's a fancy term for a simple, powerful idea, solving problems by being creative and indirect. Instead of charging straight at a problem like a bull, lateral thinking is like a clever fox, exploring all the side paths. Think of it this way. Vertical thinking is like climbing a ladder. You go up one rung at a time in logical order to get to the top. Lateral thinking is like having a jetpack. You can blast off in any direction. You can hover, fly sideways, loop the loop. Both ladder and jetpack help you reach new heights, but the jetpack opens possibilities the ladder can't.
Welcome back to Critical Thinking Secrets, the channel that gets you to think, well, critically.
To really master lateral thinking, we need to understand its 4 core ideas. Think of them as the 4 pillars holding up your temple of creativity. Awareness. This is all about knowing how you think. It means taking a step back and observing your own brain in action. Are you jumping to conclusions? Are you clinging to the first idea that popped into your head? For example, if your science project isn't working, awareness is noticing you keep trying the same solution. It's about being mindful of the mental box you're in before you can even think about getting out of it. Alternatives. This is the fun part. It's the active search for different ways to look at something. Instead of asking, what is the answer? Ask, how many different ways can I approach this? Say you have to write an essay about a historical event. The standard approach is a timeline. An alternative. Write it from the perspective of a person who lived through it. Another alternative. Present it as a series of news articles from the time. Another alternative. Write it as a poem. Alteration. This is where you become a thought tinkerer. Change it, twist it, reverse it. You might ask, what if I did the opposite? Or, what if I magnified this one part? Imagine you're designing a chair. What if the chair had no legs? What if it was made of liquid? What if it was designed for a giraffe? Most of these ideas might be silly, but they force your brain out of usual patterns. Stimulation. Sometimes our brains just get stuck in a rut. Stimulation is about using random, unexpected inputs to jolt your thinking. You could open a dictionary to a random word and try to connect it to your problem. Let's say you're stuck on a math problem and the random word is banana. How could a banana help? Maybe it makes you think about curves. Maybe it makes you think about peeling back layers. Maybe it makes you think about the color yellow. This random connection can be the spark that ignites a whole new line of thought. Ready to get your hands dirty? Let's explore some simple, powerful lateral thinking techniques you can use right now. First up is the replacements technique. This is where you take a key part of your problem and substitute it with something else. Imagine you're trying to figure out how to make your school fundraiser more successful. The current idea is a bake sale. What if it was a book sale? What if it was a joke sale? What if it was a talent sale? By replacing that one word, you instantly generate a bunch of new, exciting possibilities beyond just selling cookies and brownies. Another fantastic tool is the camera lens technique. Think about how a camera can zoom in for a close-up, zoom out for a wide shot, or use a fisheye lens for a weird, distorted view. You can do the same with your problem. Let's say you're struggling with a chapter in your history book. Zoom in, focus on a single person mentioned, and imagine their day. Zoom out. How did this event affect the entire world over the next 100 years? Use a weird lens. What would a time-traveling alien think of this event? Changing your perspective like this can reveal details and connections you never would have seen otherwise. Next, we have a bold one, the challenge technique. This is where you look at the way things have always been done and ask a simple, powerful question: why? Why do we have to write essays in paragraph form? Why does a science experiment have to follow these exact steps? This isn't about being difficult, it's about questioning assumptions. Finally, let's fire up the mystery machine technique. This is all about using randomness to your advantage, just like we talked about with stimulation. Grab a magazine, close your eyes, and point to a picture. Now, connect that picture to your problem. You have to give a speech for class, and you pointed to a picture of a penguin. How does a penguin connect to your speech? Penguins huddle for warmth. Teamwork, they are dressed formally. Presentation, and they survive in harsh environments. Resilience. Suddenly you have 3 great themes for your speech, all thanks to a random penguin. So you have this amazing lateral thinking superpower. How do you actually use it? Let's start with your schoolwork. When you're assigned a project, don't just settle for the first idea that comes to mind. Use the alternatives pillar to brainstorm 10 different ways you could complete it. When you're studying for a test, use the camera lens technique to look at the information from different viewpoints. From the teacher's perspective, from the textbook author's perspective, from the perspective of someone who disagrees with the concept. This deeper, more creative engagement will help you understand the material on a whole new level, making it stick in your brain far better than simple memorization. But the real magic happens when you take these skills beyond the classroom doors. Life is full of problems that don't have answers in the back of a book. What do you do when you have a disagreement with a friend? Instead of just arguing your point, vertical thinking, you could use lateral thinking. What are some alternative ways to see the situation from their perspective? How can you challenge the assumption that one of you has to be right? This can lead to solutions that make your friendship stronger. This way of thinking will become one of your most valuable assets as you grow up. Every great scientific discovery, every brilliant invention, every groundbreaking work of art, they challenged assumptions, they explored alternatives, they connected ideas that no one else had connected before. They were all using lateral thinking, whether they called it that or not. By practicing these skills now, you are preparing yourself to be a future leader, an innovator, a problem solver in whatever field you choose. So I encourage you, my fellow thinkers, to embrace your inner creative genius. Don't be afraid to ask, what if? Why not? Fill your notebooks with wild ideas, challenge the ordinary, connect the unconnected. Practicing lateral thinking is like a workout for your brain. The more you do it, the stronger and more flexible it gets. It's a superpower that will not only help you get better grades, but will also empower you to tackle any challenge life throws your way with confidence, creativity, and a spark of scientific flair. Now go on, get out there and think sideways. The world is waiting for your incredible ideas.
Want to improve your lateral thinking skills, become smarter, and make better decisions? I thought you did. Then get the Critical Thinking Toolkit, a powerful resource packed with checklists, mental models, and practical guides to help you avoid mistakes and sharpen your reasoning skills. Stop wasting time on bad decisions and start thinking with clarity. Grab your copy now, link in the description below. Thanks again for joining us today. Enjoyed this video? Thought so. For a more in-depth analysis, visit our website, www.criticalthinkingsecrets.com, to read the full article.
Please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you stay up to date with our latest weekly release content. We have over 300 videos on our channel to help kickstart your critical thinking journey. Also, as an added bonus, just for supporting our channel, you can download our free critical thinking ebook. So go ahead and click the link below. Till next time, keep those critical thinking gears turning.